You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now, TSPN's Amador This Week's Out and About. This local television coverage is proudly brought to you by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. And by Richard Forrester, Supervisor, District 2. And now, Amador This Week's Out and About on TSPN.
Hi, Amador County. Sue Slivick on location in downtown Jackson. It is August 15th, 2012. I'm here with Patricia Weinsheimer, and we are proud to bring you a video tour of the National Hotel, a landmark building, and we've got so much to tell you about it. Nice to see you. We are so excited for Stan Lukowitz and family and this wonderful established place that he has brought to life again.
It's a wonderful story, Sue. The nice thing about it is once he bought this, he found out that had he not brought it back to life, it was going to be rubble in a few years. The foundation was just going. This is the anchor of Main Street, and it is really Stan Lukowitz's legacy and his gift to Jackson.
Okay, we're going to go on inside and find out more about what is inside, what's going to be coming, and this wonderful renovation that the whole of Amador County is so proud of. So let's go on inside. We are here inside the lobby. It has beautiful appointments. This is a true, you see some of the items that actually were in the National Hotel.
You do. If you look at pictures of the old National Hotel, and you can pan over here to this chandelier, this was original to the hotel. Most of the furniture was refinished and put back into the rooms. We had a local craftswoman who did that. And I think that originally this is probably as the hotel was intended. There were scallywags and adventurers and all sorts of people who made their money here in Jackson and the county and the Gold Country, and this is where they'd want to come and stay. This was a luxury place to stay. The Grand Dame had fallen into much disrepair over the years, and I feel that what Stan Lukowitz has done is brought her back to her glory.
That's a wonderful way to put it. Now, this is all new, refurbished.
Yes. The fireplace is new. That was not here. So I believe this over here...
This used to be where the bar was. Yes. And the bar is now the main front desk. Yeah. So you actually took the bar that we all hung out in and you reconfigured it, and this beautiful with granite top and still has the original facades and some of the original drawers.
And actually, Sue, the back is the original bar.
Right, that's right.
And the rest of it is downstairs in our full bar.
Okay. So the front desk, some of the signage and just little things you notice just really say National Hotel. You've got this imaging of the NH. I'm not sure if those are old or new. Things are looking so wonderful the way you've redone them.
Those are actually new, and those were just serendipitous because they were meant to cover our modern age computers. Okay. And they just go with the hotel.
Right. As Tommy pans to the left, you'll see the foyer going into the rooms and that sort of thing, an elevator. But that painting, I understand, on the wall up there, if Tommy can show it, was painted, I think, in 1906 or something. It was
original to the hotel. When Stan took it over, you could hardly tell what it was. And Patty Seidler, the local refinisher, she took off all the cigarette smoke and the years, and this is what came out.
And a young man here that I've known for years, young Mason, he said that he helped actually position it where it is now, hang it, and there's a sketch on the back of the painting on the front.
There is.
And how neat is that? Well, Stan is a collector of antiques. He has numerous pawn shops, and his beautiful store right here on Main Street, Trader Stan's, has so many antiques, but a lot of these that are put around here are from the original hotel.
Yes, they are.
The phone room, let's talk about the payphone room or whatever we call that. Maybe Tommy can go over there and we can open the door for him.
Yeah.
And this phone booth was here in this actual place before?
I don't know if this was the actual place, but those are actually the old PBX board and original phone to the hotel. Yes.
Oh, this is great. And Stan, people might still be bringing things to him as maybe people find out more about this. And this is going to go on YouTube, so maybe people that have things or know about the National Hotel in Jackson could maybe call down here and come visit and stay and share what they have and what they know about the National Hotel the way it was.
And you know, Sue, I have to say the local residents have been very generous in their contributions to what we have for the hotel. One of the women who works in our deli recently brought me a sing-along sheet from the 30s from the National Hotel that her grandparents had. It's been fabulous.
You know, when we moved here in 1987, this was a place where there was a gentleman, he's still in the county, played piano right about in the same place where we're standing near the piano, and they had sing-alongs, and our whole family would come down here and listen, and he would play, and it was just so fun. And in the evening, other times the bar was wild and fun.
We're hoping to bring that back. And the other thing is, we did this a lot for the locals. We have many programs for the locals. But the nice thing is, one of the main impetus for Stan was to bring business back to Amador County, particularly Jackson. And so I believe this hotel will do that. We will almost be an oasis of Wild West history, the Victorian era. We even have steampunkers interested in this, and it's going to bring business to this county. So he's riding both of those horses, bringing people in and acquainting them with what we have here in the county and the history, as well as bringing business to the local communities.
What a blessing for this of Amador County and Main Street. You can feel the vitality. You can feel the new businesses coming into town saying, you know, there's hope here. Let's hang on. Let's get our business started, because this anchor is going to bring lots of things. I understand there's a wedding maybe planned in the far future. I'm not sure. That's actually going to close Main Street. That's going to be exciting. A very prominent family going to put on a wedding here.
Yes, it's actually very interesting. I'm learning, because I'm actually from Placerville. That's as far afield as any of our workers go. He is planning a wedding that everyone's invited. It's over 800 people. We will have people staying here and fill up the hotel, but you're right, it will be out there. And really, I am learning that is the true Jackson way of doing things. The community is very inclusive.
It's Serbian family, so you'll hear gunshots probably that day as well, and you all know about that with the Serbs and the wonderful way they celebrate life and dance and everything. Happy to be a part of that. Okay, we're going to go head out over here. You want to just walk that way? We're going to walk through the lobby, through the lobby here, and we're coming into the cafe. All right, Tommy's going to check out the lighting. It's good. And let's talk about what people will find in here. You got a beautiful staff. I love the stripes.
Well, one of the things we will be doing, they're not quite set up yet. One of the main directives Stan gave me when he offered me this job was he wanted people to walk in and feel like they were stepping back to the 1800s. To that end, I have selected uniforms for the staff, which they do not have yet, that are all 1800s period dress, particularly the Victorian era. You will, when we are finished, you will be stepping into the Victorian era. The girls at the front desk will be wearing the long black twill skirts. As you can see, one of our maintenance guys, he's got on the suspenders and the big shirt. So we are going very, very Victoriana here.
How fun. Now, if we go down here, Tommy can join us. Excuse me. There's, you've got some pastries and some, looks like some great deli.
We do, and we're still in our nebulous stage. We're just starting. But what we are going to offer to the county here in the deli is homemade items, homemade baked goods, homemade meats, home cured meats is what I should say, that Chef McKnight will be making himself.
And we'll talk more about the chef when we go to the restaurant. Now, this is going to be a wine bar. Tell me about that.
Yes, this is going to be a wine bar. If you're in our lobby enjoying yourself, you will not have to go all the way downstairs to our bar. We will have local wines here. Some of them will be on tap. It's a new system. I'm probably using the wrong phrase. But we will also have a little mini bar here if you want a martini or a margarita. You would be able to get this and go back into the lobby and sit down and chat and talk and have a good time. We also have a little balcony out here you can sit on, which is lovely.
Okay. Over here you've got a beautiful, is that an espresso machine?
Yes, it's an espresso and cappuccino maker that we use to make our coffee drinks that we will be offering.
All right, where should we go from here?
Let's go down and let's look at the restaurant and the bar since we're in this kind of venue, and then we'll go up and look at the rooms.
Sounds great. Before we head downstairs, I want to share with you a little bit of perspective on where we are. That was the cafe, and if you turn around, you'll come down about 7 steps, as Tommy is, and you'll see a door here, and this actually opens up right onto Main Street. Now, the lighting might be a little different, but that's TV, and here we are. So we're level with the street, basically, and this is where you can enter the restaurant area and not go through the lobby. So again, we're right level with Main Street. Tommy's going to go back in, and I'll follow him. And if you turn to the right here is where we're going to head down to the bar and the restaurant.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week.
Patricia, we're right here at this beautiful gate coming into, what room do we call this?
We're calling this the wine cellar, Sue, and one of the things I like about this is not only is it beautiful, and it has many uses. As you can see, we have it currently set up for a small dining, intimate party. But these doors were done by a local craftsman. This whole wall, although it looks like it is original to the building, it's not. Dave Harris, a local mason, did this. And it was a labor of love because this is way beyond the Stanley Lukowitz had asked him to do, and Dave just kept doing that. You will find that all over the hotel, that people just went above and beyond at their own contribution, almost volunteer-like. Right here is our wine cellar, which we will be filling primarily with local wineries. This piece right here, this is actually another original piece from the hotel that the local woman, Patty Seidler, refinished and put back in here for us.
It's just beautiful. So there's still things to be, there's pictures to be hung. We're still in the primary waiting to open, but it is so exciting and everything is so pretty. The whole community is so looking forward to this. Let's check out the dining room now. And if we go out here, maybe Tommy can follow us. We will see some of the dining. Is this, I take it this is another pillar of Dave's?
Yes, oh, this is another Dave Harris pillar. The fireplace is a Dave Harris contribution, and his biggest contribution is out in our patio, which hopefully we'll be able to look at.
Okay, so what will go on in here? This is the general dining that anybody could come. You just walk in where I showed them off the street, or do you come in through the hotel lobby?
You can come in either way. We actually have a better, more restaurant entrance, and I will show you that in a minute. This is called the Errata dining room. Because this was part of the Errata building, anybody who's local will understand what that building was. And what happened was Stan expanded the hotel to encompass that, so he could do more rooms and he could do this dining room.
Oh, that's great. Wow. And the colors are great, the maroon and the gold trim.
Well, Angela Mastagni, our designer, who had no formal training, Stan pretty much co-opted her and kind of pushed her into doing this. She researched so many months before she actually implemented anything into Victoriana. She probably knows more about it than she wanted to, but everything was done with Victoriana in mind, but keeping the modern sensibilities.
And I love the gold on here, the way it, or whatever, I can't tell, but it just picks up the light so nice, and a bit of elegance, and here is very practical with the vinyl or the leather. Okay, let's move on to another area.
Let's go outside to the patio. Okay. I think you'll find that beautiful out there. And again, we have more of Dave Harris's handiwork. The interesting story about this
Oh my goodness!
is Stan has told
Tommy, can you see all that? I mean, it's
in the
right
heat
out
and the
there.
scaffolding. Dave just kept going and going and going and just did it.
Oh, and these wonderful, the lights here have the fire flame.
They're beautiful. What they are, Sue, is when they're on, they are actually gas lamps that have a little blower, so it swirls the flame, and they're on every night.
Okay, now what will we be able to do out here? We can have a cold drink out here and just enjoy.
You can have dinner out here. You can eat from the restaurant out here. You can have a lovely drink out here. Usually the fountain is going. We're just not open yet. Upstairs there on the upper level, right now we're talking about either doing weddings up there or they're talking about turning that into a cigar smoking area.
Appropriate with the wine bar and all that's out here. I love the arch, the way he did it there. I mean, this is just, I have heard good things about him, and I've known him, the family, for years, but I didn't know he did such unique stonework.
He's amazing. And you know what? He loves it.
He does.
Yeah.
And his daughter, who got married, she helps out and does some of it too.
She actually came and helped him do some of the stonework here, and she's an amazing
and married
person.
into the Vince Aguirre construction family, so we've got a lot of power and building opportunities for that family to take on as they probably take over the businesses, perhaps, of their folks. So that's a great thing. Two wonderful families coming together and building right here in our community. Okay, we're going to cut and we will head out.
That's a nice shot, too.
Oh, yeah, look.
These are the room balconies. You can go out on the balconies from the second and third story rooms from here.
Beautiful. What a difference. Yes, this is definitely a Stan Lukowitz legacy. Okay, let's go on inside. With me is Matthew McKnight, and I'd like to introduce the executive chef here at the National Hotel. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome. Thank you for showing us around. And now we've got another one of those great gates here. What do we have inside here?
Inside here we have our wine room. Fits approximately 1,100 bottles, and it's all granite and stone and brick, and absolutely beautiful.
Wow. So as we come in here, we've lifted the lights, so now we'll show you this as well as that other small dining room, and Tommy can show you through there where that old a piece of furniture is, and then the dining area. But this is great. You'll be having lots of the local wines in here.
Yes, definitely. Lots of local wines as well as wines from around the world. Okay. Argentina, Spain, Chile, France. Everywhere. Great. You know, we have some great wineries that in this area that just want to come on board, and we'd love to represent them. Okay,
let's go back in the dining area, and we're going to talk a bit about the menu and your background and what you can share about what you hope to make happen here in this beautiful place.
Well, fortunately, the National Steakhouse has a lot of history behind it. We should say the National Hotel, and the steakhouse that Stanley's opening up. He hasn't really spared any expense. I mean, we're gonna do a very core steakhouse menu with some of the best beef. We're using Sterling, which is right up there with certified Angus, and the flavor is gonna be absolutely fantastic. It's aged and really good stuff. And then we have just a variation. We have salmon, and scallops and shrimp and just something for everybody. Chicken, organic chicken, and just a lot of really good stuff. We're gonna do the core steakhouse, and then we're gonna break away a little bit and really surprise some people with some of the stuff that we're going to be doing.
Let's go in this small dining room here. I love this intimate look. Well, I want to stand in front of this great wall here. Tommy can maybe go on the other side. This is a great backdrop, lots of good lighting here. Let's talk about your background in the culinary world.
Let's see here. Started cooking 24 years ago, and I went to a vocational program down in the Bay Area, down in San Jose. Studied under a great chef there, and did what we did 20 plus years ago, which is basically restaurant hop. So I went, worked for the Marriott, and I've worked for the Hungry Hunter, the Hilton chain at the Point Hilton at Patio Cliffs, the Hyatt Regency at Gainey Ranch, where I was a saucier. Where else have I worked? All kinds of really big places.
Right. So you're going to bring all that expertise right back here to Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
How fortunate are we? So all in all, you're looking forward to opening soon.
Yes.
You're getting your crew ready, your staff, your menu, and all that, and people will be able to come in here and dine. What are the days and the times as you open or get into the full swing of it? When will people be able to be here, dining, come in? During the week, during the weekend?
Well, what we're looking at right now is being open from 5 p.m. to approximately 9 p.m. during the week, so Sunday through Thursday. 5 p.m. to 10 or 11 p.m. on the weekends, depending on business.
Right.
If we have the big flow that we hope to have, we'll be open till 11 o'clock. That's just for the steakhouse. The bar, we're looking at 10 a.m. to, say 10 p.m. during the week, and then till 2 o'clock in the morning on the weekends.
Okay.
And we're going to have an entirely different menu in there as well. There's a cocktail menu in there, and you can dine in there if you don't want to sit down in the dining room. We'll be offering a menu in there as well.
Okay, a bar menu, a little more simple.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good to hear. It's always fun to get out with the girls during the week or on the weekend, and or just with your mate, come on out and have a nice cocktail and a little bite to eat.
Definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
Good. Anything else you'd like to share? How about the crew? Are you have enough people on staff? You still looking for wait people? What's going on?
Well, I'm still looking for some people. I'm looking for a baker or a pastry chef. One thing I forgot to add that I have worked for the Rancheria. I worked up there for a year as the chef for the Lone Wolf, and then 8 years at Thunder Valley. So I have a good pool of people to pull from, and people looking for a pastry chef for us. We want to do all of our own pastries in house, and we will be doing them. So somebody who's really talented, wants to expand and spread their wings.
Right. Give us a call.
Yes.
Well, this is going to be on YouTube, so we'll have you and everybody else tell everybody on Facebook to watch it, and we'll send that link out, and everybody can share it, and we'll get the best of the best coming right here to Jackson.
That sounds fantastic. That's what we need.
Thank you very much for sharing with us, and we're going to head out and talk to Patricia about more of the places located right here inside the National Hotel, a legacy that Stan Lukowitz has built for this community. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
We are here right next to the lobby. This is a set of stairs that goes down to the bar.
Right, and this is called the National Bar. And the bar, you'll notice when we get there, I'll point it out to you, it actually has a lot of the original hotel bar used to reconstruct this bar.
Okay, let's go downstairs and join Tommy, and I think Matthew might be in there, and we will see the bar. Okay, we'll show you a portion of the bar. Let's talk about this. These sure look comfortable.
They are, and these are something that we picked up from, they were contributed actually from a local resident, and they are temporary chairs right now, but as you can see, we are still in process with the bar. Again, they tried to keep things original. Some of the balance of the back, this, what would you call it, facade down here is part of the original bar. Many a boot has rested on this brass footrail because that is original to the bar. So I'm sure there's a lot of history there.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week.
Talk about this. These sure look comfortable.
They are, and these are something that we picked up from, they were contributed actually from a local resident, and they are temporary chairs right now, but as you can see, we are still in process with the bar. Again, they tried to keep things original. Some of the balance of the back, this, what would you call it, facade down here is part of the original bar. Many a boot has rested on this brass footrail because that is original to the bar. So I'm sure there's a lot of history there. In fact, one of the guys that works for me, Dennis Coons, he's in charge of maintenance for the hotel. He used to be a bouncer at the old bar, and he said quite often he would have his leg up on there talking to somebody at the bar. There would be nobody standing next to him, and he said a dog would come up and lean against him. This is the ghost dog of the Nationals. Really interesting. And he said several times that would happen to him. It was almost like this dog had picked him out. And if you see this big burly Dennis Coons, you would never believe he would believe in such a story, but he said it happened all the time, and he would hear the dog's feet clicking and crossing the floor and the tags clicking. So really an interesting story, but he said it always happened when he was standing with his foot up on this brass rail.
Great stories you have to tell. I love this. Now, you've got all the glassware up on here. You're going through some training still. Nice, long, generous bar. I like it.
It is, and the community and the tourists in the area are just champing at the bit for us to open this. And so I'm glad it's such a big, long, nice bar so we can accommodate everybody.
You know, I have to say, if Tommy can look out this window here, it looks like it is the galley building. And I have to say that the second door there was my door when we moved to Jackson. Well, when we moved the studio to Jackson, we had a small little studio in there, maybe a 10 by 12, a 10 by 8 by 12. I don't know, it was very small, but that was our first studio. Now we're down on Main Street, right here where the National is. And if people look out this other window, you see the little antique store that's right here on the side of the National Hotel, where there is also a ADA compliant entry. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that. There's also an elevator in the building.
One of the first things Stan installed once the building was brought back to where it was solid was the elevator that goes all the way up to the 3rd floor. It comes all the way down here to where the restaurant and the bar are. We have 2 ADA compliant rooms in here. Everything has gone beyond code for what we need to do, not just for ADA, but with respect to the local building codes. It's been done perfectly, like you said. We have 2 entrances on the side building. We have 2 bellhops that will be coming, so the guests never even have to lug their own luggage. They will be dressed again in full bellhop uniform from the 1800s. It'll be a very interesting place.
And if I was to have guests meet me here for dinner coming from another area for the evening, where would I have them park? Can they park at the Civic Center during the evening, or is there a particular parking lot, or what happens, and where do we suggest we tell people?
We will have our bellhops. They will act as parking valets, and we will have free parking valets.
Okay.
For everyone. Nobody has to worry about parking.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so again, we're next to the creek. Civic Center is behind the building. To the side of the antique stores, to the front is the National Hotel. To the side is other little shops and stuff. Where do we go from here? I think we're going to show off some of the rooms, or would you like to say something more about the bar here?
I think we've covered the bar. Let's go look at the rooms.
Okay, let's go. All right, we're on the 2nd floor.
We are actually on the 3rd floor of the hotel. And this is where supposedly a lot of the sightings have been.
The ghost sighting.
The ghost sightings. And so I will take you into one of the rooms that is supposed to be a major source of it. I myself have never experienced anything. A lot of the housekeepers have said they have heard children giggling in the hallways. So nothing bad. This is room 311.
Oh, what pretty chairs. Oh,
and as you can see, what we did is they took walls down that separated the rooms. This is probably 2 or 3 rooms at one time. And again, this is that armoire is original to the hotel. That's probably, other than the pictures and some of the mirrors, that's the only thing that is original to the hotel.
Pretty chairs, so unique and different.
Local artists made these. You cannot order them. You just give her a chair and she gets to do whatever she wants with it and brings it back to you.
Oh, it's just a great touch. All right, so you've got your modern things. You've got a fireplace. You've got your TV, and this is the bathroom. Wow, like a tub, jacuzzi tub.
Heated floors.
Oh.
And one of the things we're getting ready to do, it'll be really fun, is we are going to steampunk the TVs and the DVD holders. If you look at steampunk is taking Victoriana and marrying it with technology. So these will be a work of art in our rooms. It's going to be a fabulous thing when you see it. You'll love it.
Okay, so
So you want that on?
high ceilings, nice. You know,
Yeah.
on this floor, very nice. Okay, let's head out. So people have had sightings in this area.
Yes. This is supposed to be the hotbed for sightings.
So you think a lot of paranormal people will come up here, or people that study that or capture it?
Our first guests were paranormal searchers, they called themselves. They were just a husband and wife, but she said she just wanted to come and experience the paranormal activity here at the National.
Okay, well, between here and the Preston Castle, I mean, and there's a lot of other places. I think the Union and the St. George, we've got quite a bit.
We have such a history here.
Right.
The building's over 150 years old, so I'm sure there's bound to be some things. Stan Lukowitz has a suite of rooms here, so the owner's here 2 or 3 days a week also.
And you were saying that some of the floors are higher and lower in some areas. That just is part of the antique part of the building.
Yes, they do weave and flow, so you have to be a little careful with your footing, but that is just the feel of the old building. This is one of our queen rooms.
Yes. I'm going to take a look, or Tommy's going to go. Can we turn on some lights? Oh, this is nice. You know, this reminds me of some of the really quaint, like the Citizen maybe in Sacramento. Yeah. And we can see a view from here. How neat. Oh, that's great. You feel like you're just above it all. I love this. Oh, and the granite countertops. Nice. This is beautiful. I had no clue what to expect. Of course, only the best. Yeah, the linens are gorgeous too. Wow.
All of the linens are 100% organic cotton. Mm-hmm. There are between 400 and 600 thread count. We did not stint on anything. The pillows and the comforter are not feather, they are down. They're beautiful.
Oh, wow.
They're beautiful. And every one of our rooms makes it difficult. Running the hotel are different.
And there's
none of them are the same.
Yeah.
There's 36 different rooms. We have most hotels that you work at, they have 4, maybe 5 different rooms.
Yeah.
We have 36. So it's eclectic.
How fun was that for Angela to do?
I'm sure she tore her hair out over it, but she did an incredible job. Oh. Again, this piece is original to the hotel. The little bedside table there is original to the hotel.
So measuring the existing items you had, knowing where they could fit in each room with the beds and the walls the way they are, because every room is different. What a challenge that must have been.
It was. I'm sure it was like a jigsaw puzzle for her.
Perfect.
It is. Yeah. It is. And again, all of this modern equipment will be steampunked. So it'll be
becoming a big thing.
It's a huge thing. The bookstore down the end of the street is going to have a whole store of it.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, a whole room of it.
A whole room of it. Okay, let's head on out. This is awesome.
This is the first picture that Stan had in the hotel. I'm not sure of its provenance. You would have to ask Stan. But he's had it for about 20 or 30 years, and he never knew what to do with it. He was going to sell it. Once he got the hotel up and running, he said, it just belongs here. It will be here forever. And it just fits. It's like it was meant to be.
It looks like it could have been in an enormous hotel during, I don't know where, but maybe the backdrop of a stage, vaudeville or something, or way before that.
You would have to ask Stan. I know that it's over 100 years old, and so he just felt that it belongs here.
Yeah.
It's certainly been through some rough times, as you can see, but it just goes here.
You'll find lots of artwork and lamps, and this is one of the originals from the National.
It is. Angie put her touch on it, and actually those who came to the National will probably recognize it more like this. And then Angie just put her touch on it, and Patty, she painted it. I forget, I don't know what color she was, but she's a favorite piece because she is original to the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And it functions.
Very functional, yes.
In downtown San Francisco, we stayed in a room for, I think, the Molinelli wedding, and the room was similar to this. Little boutique, but great bathroom.
That's exactly what this is, Sue. The armoire behind you is original to the hotel. And of course we have put in the modern conveniences, but this is the way you stayed back in the 1800s. The rooms were small.
So this gives you the general feel of the way it was. Maybe Tommy can show that great bathroom. I love the marble and the clear glass that opens it up, and that's just fine for an overnight stay and for the weekend.
It is, and we have the hotel's long enough. We have other venues for people to visit. We've got the restaurant, we've got the 2 bars, we've got the deli. I feel that we're going to have a lot of people hanging out in our lobby. You can walk the little town, so you're not going to spend a lot of time, but it just gives you a good feel in here. It's very cozy.
You know, people are going to probably want to come to town, hang out, tour the towns, Sutter Creek and Jackson, maybe head to the casino, maybe head up country, and then the wine tasting, of course, and come back here and meet with their friends and stay, be safe, and maybe head back on Sunday night. How fun.
One of the nice things
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week.
How fun.
One of the nice things we're going to have, I'm implementing, is evenings at the National. Every evening we will have a gathering of guests, and we will have complimentary wine tasting from a local winery. I'm picking a different local winery every month. I've done this before. Guests love it. And we will also have beer and soda, and then we will have light appetizers, and those will be for the guests only downstairs, and we will have either our piano playing or some sort of entertainment for them in the lobby. So you're not going to spend a lot of time in here. Right. You're going to be enjoying the National.
And again, more of the 700, 900 count.
It's actually only 400 to 600, but for this is just wonderful, cozy bedding.
Just beautiful. Okay, let's head on out. All right, we are in the area where this main floor here, or this floor, will come and have their coffee in the morning, a continental breakfast.
Yes, as you can see by the rooms, many of them are too small to have coffee makers. So I've implemented something that I experienced when I was working at a hotel, a luxury boutique hotel in San Francisco. Same thing, they were a very old building. We will serve between 7 and 9 for our guests every morning on the floor, on the different floors, coffee, tea, fresh fruit, seasonal fruit, fresh made pastries, and tea for people to come out. They can come out of the rooms, get it, and take it back with them. So we have this on every single floor.
Awesome. This is the elevator?
This is the elevator.
So we push the button here. There's not too many elevators in Amador County.
No, I wouldn't imagine so.
Okay, we're going to wrap up downstairs, so we're going to head out as soon as the elevator gets to the 3rd floor, and I'm actually going to take a ride on the elevator. This was a major production to put the elevator in.
It was a huge production putting in this elevator.
All right.
And here
we'll let the staff out. Hi, good to see you, Mr. Mason.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Okay, we'll head out and wrap it up downstairs. Come on, Tommy, you can join us. As we came off the elevator onto the 1st floor, you come into another hallway here, and Patricia especially loves this painting or this print here.
It's just a beautiful frame. It again is original to the hotel. It was cleaned up and rehung here.
You know, what I love so much is so much artwork and so many neat, interesting pieces to look at on every floor. So everybody's going to be walking around checking the place out. Where are we headed now?
I'm going to take you to one of our ADA rooms. It's beautiful. These are the old fire escapes that we actually have kept and used. It's rare that you would see those, especially in any of our local counties.
All right, so the door is wider here, the entry is wider, the bathroom door is wider. This is spacious.
It's a beautiful room, and it's nice because it looks out on the creek. I've actually stayed in this room. You hear the bullfrogs and the crickets at night. It's lovely. And then the bathroom in here is
okay.
Great.
Oh, you can wheel into the shower. Yeah. Okay, I'll let Tommy go in and see. All right, very nice.
Open the blinds.
Yeah, let's open the blinds, and Tommy can get some light, and we can actually show outside too. Oh, this is right off the creek. This is one of my favorite rooms.
I know. I like staying in this room. You're kind of away from it all. I love the back of that old building there. That of course was refaced by Dave Harris, but the building it's a wonderful old structure.
Yeah, just a great place. And the creek, This is old Jackson. And there's that beautiful wall that really does back over to the, I'm not sure if that's not the Odd Fellows, but
It's the Masons.
the Masons.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
And it's appropriate that a Mason would do that with the Mason's wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is, again, another room, and this is the ADA.
This is one of our 2 ADA rooms, yes.
Great. We are here back on the main floor, right next to the lobby. This is the hallway from the rooms. That's a beautiful mirror.
Stan had this mirror, and I really, really wanted this mirror hung up. Dennis, my maintenance, head of maintenance, he fought putting it up there. He just gave him a creepy feeling. And it's so funny, he got that mirror up, he bolted it to the wall, he walked away and said, I hope the ghosts don't mind. And the mirror crashed to the floor. It was bolted. And I think Dennis just took that as a challenge, and he went to the local hardware store, picked up more bolts, and he said, I'm not going to be done in by the spirits, and bolted that mirror to the floor. It's a great story to the tenacity of Dennis, and just quirky.
Of the entire project.
Exactly.
There were many challenges. Let's kind of look over here. We'll talk about that real quick, but these are some of the original pieces also.
I believe so. I'm not really sure about that. Stan just loves these pieces.
Or
They're
some
beautiful.
of Stan's collectibles, because he has
Stan's collection.
so many.
But these behind you are, let me move the card, these are original to the hotel. We're having them redone. They're a little racy. They have a woman in her slip, which is quite racy for the 1800s.
And they work.
And they will be working. We're having them fixed. I call this the Victorian Video Arcade, because that's as close as they got to videos in the 1800s.
All right. I love the brass cart for all the luggage. As we mosey over here, Patricia, we're going to wrap it up. Tommy's going to kind of come over here. We'll get the lighting right, and we so want to thank you for the time. And from the copper ceiling, I'm not sure how the lighting is. How's that lighting, Tommy, all around here? Just beautiful. The front desk. Definitely you need to tell your folks to, your family and your friends to come down here and see this gorgeous hotel with all these little pieces of antiquity, correct?
Correct. It's just a cornucopia of enchantment. I'm always enchanted by it. I'm lucky to be here. This was Stanley Lukowitz's dream. It has become a dream for people looking for work, for the community, and he's an American story that he just shared that with us and made it possible for so many of us.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you, Stan, for the entire community. This is Sue Slavic sharing with you the National Hotel, the way it is today on August 15th, 2012. Wonderful things in the future, and I so appreciate you joining me for this little tour. Sue Slavic with TSPN in Amador County saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Amador This Week's Out and About has been proudly brought to you by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort and by Richard Forrester, Supervisor, District 2.